Next up, we got 321.1 PTU. So we got patch notes for it. So let's check those out. Let me zoom in a bit, make them nice and big. Oh, wrong scene. Bam, wrong button. So it's been released to the PTU. This is a mess. Okay, I played it a bit last night. It is a mess. Everything is broken here. All right? This is one of the messiest PTU patches I've ever seen, and I'm an Evocati. Okay? Tons of crashes, bugs with like incredibly low poly, counts instead of like really bad LODs, things like that. All right? So this is just open to wave 1 for a reason. All right? But we got some pretty cool testing focus. You got ship trespass. We got the new mission data heist. You got the new player experience in New Babbage. You got both 0. You got the new player experience. You got vehicle headlight and the C1 Spirit. But there's other things here. All right? The one takeaway is features are definitely in a partial state. They're not really there. We got vehicle tractor beams tier 2. Or just tractor beam tier 2 vehicle tractor beams. Okay. Current ship tractor beams are in, but it's having quite a few issues with different ships and functionalities. Current, the C1 Spirit is in the best shape to test, while other ships like the SRV have very disruptive audio issues while using the beam, and other ships may not be able to use their tractor beams fully. Nomad, Cutlass Black, 315P, Caterpillar, and Hull C. Argo SRV, Siege of Orison Global Event, reactivation is there. FPS AI behavior integration. So fully functional, but feedback thread will be available once Siege of Orison is run to maximize feedback. So can we not play Siege right now? And then you have, tons of known issues. But here's new features. Ship trespass. Interior of player ships are now considered trespass zones for those without permission to enter. Permission is granted via the party system until more complex systems for managing crew and passengers are created. Players trespassing aboard a ship will see a trespass warning, so on and so forth. All right, so we'll check that out. We know a lot about that. Data heist, we also know a lot about because there was a whole ISC on it, and we'll try to check out that mission. Hopefully, it's available. And then new ship, Argo SRV, new ship, Crusader C1. We'll check out both. Then again, FPS AI behavior. With 321.1, we have integrated much of the FPS AI behavior from Squadron 42. These updates will have been polished and worked on outside of Star Citizen release builds until now, and it will vastly improve overall difficulty, reaction times, animations, behaviors, and other traits, and make combat with them much more dangerous, but a rewarding experience. It's crazy. It's happening. But then again, we're still on PU servers. So it's not going to work, right? We're still on PU servers, but we'll see. Tractor beam tier 2, vehicle tractor beam. The inclusion of the vehicle tractor beams and ability to tow ships has been added into 321.1. The vehicle tractor beam feature will not only bring the tractor beams to the vehicles, but it will also extend the FPS tractor beam by adding more functionality and adding the standalone tractor beam to the game. It's not in the PTU. If it is, it's still invisible. Do you guys remember way back when the first time they ever put loot containers in the game? That friggin' tractor beam was in the game and it was invisible then, and they never fixed it. All the way 315, boys. Okay? They never fixed that because they knew they didn't have to. But they still didn't fix it because classic. Tractor beams on ships. This updates and includes pilot and remote turret control tractor beams to ships that will allow them. While most ships will have remote turret control, ships such as the 315P and Vulture will have pilot-controlled tractor beams. We have also included the ability for specialized ships like the Argo SRV to use towing tractor beams, allowing them to grab onto and pull ships that have their shields and engines disabled through space. Now, you can pull ships when their shields are disabled. You cannot pull ships when their shields are enabled. You can pull ships when their engines are enabled as long as they're not inputting into their engines too much. And to be honest, we did a lot of testing last night with Cutlet, and I was able to track their ships that had shields on, and yeah, the edge cases are unimaginable in a situation where you have the game on one person's computer and it has to communicate information to my computer. Like, what that ship is doing has to get communicated over the server, through the hills, right through lumberyard, forest, and get to somehow to my computer. So it is super messy, right? So like if I tractor beam a ship with its engines off, or like let's say I take the shields down on a ship, start tractor beaming, and then their shields come up, what happens? I still have the tractor beam, and I can still move them around, and they have no control over their ship. So there's like, that's just one edge case, and there's like 100 more. It's very, very messy. Armistice zone versus non-armistice zone on certain tractor beams are allowed, and edge cases there are crazy. So it's going to get wild. We'll get into some funky stuff today on stream. New additional functionalities include a larger new standalone FPS tractor beam tool, an update to the balance of all tractor beams, and adding different sizes of the tractor beam to allow different masses. So it's also like, what can my multi-tool do now, right? The multi-tool was like a thing you never left home without. Now what do you always are going to bring it, but how useful will it be, right? We love that thing forever, and it's wild. Looking at the roadmap and all the leaks, seems like they're really starting to work on the game. This month's honestly crazy, and I'm not even talking about CitizenCon at all. Yeah, Grumpy, it's nuts, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. It feels like they're getting the ball rolling a little bit. They still gotta do it, and it's still gotta be fun. Still gotta work, but. New player experience and new Babbage. Siege of Orison global event reactivation. What they did say about Siege and the changes that they made was that hopefully we won't be able to speed ahead, because that's what ruined it for me. And then ground radar sensitivity. This one's weird. There's going to have to be some testing that goes on there. So different radars can see ground vehicles from different ranges. So what does that mean? Who's going to see who? I think this is something that's more for like Tank Royale, probably. So tanks can't see tanks until they're much closer on radar? Maybe? But does that mean that ships will not be able to see, or will they be able to see more? I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. UGF ledge cover navigation improvement. So I think we saw Elliot type that in chat, that they marked up a bunch of things in the undergrounds. And then vehicle headlight stuff. So they should work a lot better. And they fall into a bunch of different categories. So you got 500-meter headlight cast up to size 6 with 3,000-meter headlight cast distance. And then Tumbril Nova movement tweaks. Then a bunch of bug fixes. So they fixed your medical, where the state wears off right away. So that's a big, big change. Looking for other crazy things that might be worth pointing out. On-grid containers are barred from being sold, and off-grid containers are downsized in volume and blocked from being sold. Okay. Nothing too crazy outside the medical one. That's really, really an important call out. So, okay. And with that, I think I'm going to start jumping in and playing it. I'm pretty excited for this. Ship tractor beams are, another massive tool that we're going to use for all sorts of things. And right now, honestly, it just seems like a piracy tool. But it's setting up definitely for the cargo refactor at outposts and other places. So really excited for it.